Hello everybody, and now welcome to the behind-the-scenes developer videos. We're gonna see all three of them in a row, why not?
Yeah, we're doing our behind-the-scenes videos of 12.
Alright, so the first extra is called Inside Level 5, which is Hino and Ken Motomura giving a basic rundown of the company in general.
Over here is the bed where I sleep in like for 3 hours.
Do they even have beds over there?
I wouldn't be surprised if he sleeps in his desk. Anyway, Inside Level 5.
I have a bed in every room.
We named our company Level 5 because we wanted to create 5-star products, just like a 5-star restaurant. I don't work at a 5-star restaurant, sadly. I have yet to work on one of those.
Someday.
Someday, I guess. So yeah, it's stationed at Fukuoka in Japan. Alright, there it is. Welcome to Level 5. Please come in. This is Level 5's entrance.
He's still very tired, bless him.
The concept here was to improve the image of video game companies.
Looks like a restaurant.
So we tried to create an entrance with a nice atmosphere.
Hello and welcome to Level 5 Restaurants. Do you want the latent souffle?
One of the things I'm most proud of at Level 5,
Also, Dragon Quest 8 poster.
yeah, is that a company, we continue to produce original titles. Yeah, that's one of the things he's most proud of, the company. The fact that they've kept coming up with original IPs over the years instead of just relying on the same ones. There's a perception of the Japanese games industry that developers are dark, somber people who work in small rooms and pull all-nighters. I know that my face doesn't detract from that image, but just take me on face value on this one, okay?
Please.
Apparently, at the beginning, for Nintendo at least, it was good.
But our goal for games was to be seen as entertainment medium, as something on par with film, if not even greater.
Boy, Hideo Kojima would love it there.
This is the production floor. Well, you know,
Yeah, why couldn't he hire Kojima instead?
well, the thing is, Shiro, Hino doesn't have the proper budgets for a proper Hideo Kojima games. This Hideo Kojima requires a lot of money for the kind of games he makes.
One of Kojima's defects is that he's about money consuming.
Yeah.
You know, I could see it right now. The duo of Hideo Kojima and David Cage, the movie-loving game developers working on a Level 5 project.
Anyway, yeah, Hino's saying that having fun is always one of the big goals of the company because he thinks that it's important for developers to enjoy the process of making the game. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
This area is the graphics team, the team making the characters, and here we make and animate the game's creatures.
All right. Like any creative team member, I enjoy battling for my ideas.
Journey style.
So I like my employees to be frank.
But none of us are named Frank, Mr. Hino.
Wow.
I want them to speak to me as equals, and moreover, have fun. So yeah, he knows probably a great boss to work for.
This is Level 5's motion capture studio. Here are some of our props. We use them to make stairs. We wanted to capture someone jumping off a high ledge, among other things. We can input the captured motion onto the characters in real time. We used motion capture for quite a few scenes in Ni No Kuni.
I pity the guy who needs
using the
to
raw data, we had each designer touch up the movement.
I pity the guy who had to do King Tom.
Well, thankfully it's animated for, which isn't true.
Yeah, this way they avoid...
No, I mean, don't you need like something like a support in order to simulate the massiveness of the character?
Probably.
Depends.
So yeah, what he was saying...
That's what they use to animate the wand.
So yeah, what he was saying is that instead of just using the raw data of the motion capture, they touch up the movement to make it feel more like an animated film rather than live action.
Yeah,
Now that I have the Wizard's Companion and the Magic Wand, I should be able to shoot magic just like Oliver. It's that easy, viable!
Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, that was him speaking.
Yeah,
But I want people to feel connected and experience the excitement of exploring it. We have Oliver, a normal... Oh, he's 13!
There you go, 13.
Huh, I thought he was 10.
I guess he's short for his age, maybe.
Yeah.
In his sorrow, a fairy called Droopy appears. I just realized, Tears, drippy,
Yeah.
tears. So Oliver sets out on his voyage to this other world to save her.
The biggest theme was we gave this a lot of thought to create a good game for children, which is why we have people burning entire villages and war and
Work with Studio
kids.
Ghibli for the art. Our greatest challenge was achieving Studio Ghibli's signature hand-drawn look.
Oh my god, he said anime.
I was playing Ni No Kuni as it was nearing completion, and it really struck me how well crafted the game really was.
Shame that fell deaf on a lot of Japanese ears.
Of course, games are made from geometric shapes called polygons.
Oh no, he's doing
Gonna summon David Cage!
I'm not gonna make that joke.
Huh, funny, that's your
But this
usual
game,
shtick.
but this game doesn't make you feel like it's been built out of polygons.
Otherwise, you would have an article about feminism.
Rather, the
Well,
world
sorry-
looks like it was
sorry.
made from soft, rounded objects. It's like being in an
sorry,
animated
sorry,
world.
Zero, but he was falling into the polygon trap, ruined forever.
Yeah, sorry.
Again, I'm still waiting to see a Level 5 game co-made by David Cage and Hideo Kojima.
The magnificence of this world makes Ni No Kuni a very unique game. Just walking around is fun. I think that's the type of game we've created.
You can tell he just wants to go the fuck to sleep right about now.
Are we
So that-
done
oh
here,
my
guys?
god, oh my god, oh my god. And now the cat from Persona 5, a Japanese game, makes so much sense.
Alright, that was the thing. Now let's check out the Art of Studio Ghibli.
Peggy 12.
So, in the last part we saw that the wand is really just a tube,
Yeah.
and the book is
Big one.
just a box. Woo!
Alright.
Sounds like you're writing Top Gear, Joe, but tonight we hold a box.
Alright, and now part 2, the Art of Studio Ghibli. Go ahead, Teo.
This is the first time Studio Ghibli has been deeply involved with a video game.
Studio Ghibli, those were the
It
days.
is actually
Despite that,
Ghibli,
we
by
use
the
the
way.
same approach we take on our animated films.
What was that, Roy?
It is actually, Tio's right, it is actually Ghibli, by the way.
It's Ghibli to me, damn it.
That's not, the Japanese don't pronounce
Tomato, tomato.
G's like that. That's not
Well, I'm
how,
not Japanese.
doesn't matter!
One of the producers of Studio Ghibli, Mr. Suzuki, in his car, told me about this project, and that's how I initially heard about it.
It was either this or actually make a game about Suzuki
A
cars.
few days later, Mr. Hino and Funobi from Level 5 came to Studio Ghibli. And they threatened us to make a Let them make a game. Use a presentation.
They threatened.
That was when I first felt Mr. Hino's passion for his work. He literally held a gun in my face and said, "Please allow me to do this game."
Game development is a serious business.
How do-
See, I thought the
How do I-
thing I've been waiting was bad.
How do I put it? It's always been a standard to strive for on a creative project.
Hino, your gun's showing.
Ghibli always has a heartwarming touch to their work.
Including that one where a girl's parents got turned into a pig.
They're very
And,
conscious of that, and I wanted to incorporate a similar feeling in my projects.
Thank you, Mana.
It was Studio Ghibli who set the tone for the art. Oh yeah, that's right, this is you. Sorry too.
Sorry, the process was not so different from the way we usually approach animation. I direct and stage the animated cutscenes and art for the game. As though we were making one of our usual animated films.
So the process
Which
was
was,
pretty
I
much.
forgot.
So the process is pretty much the same that he's used to anyway. So it
I'm
was
not
very
sure how
easy.
it happens, but I think something builds up inside of me. So when I read a scenario, some word will trigger something between inside me to come out.
So basically his character designs are inspired by the actual writing itself.
There's no particular secret to it. It's difficult to explain. When I start drawing a storyboard,
Now I'm imagining Hino on screen holding a gun to him
and
saying,
when I
"Carry on."
I'll draw one cut, a frame at a time, and the next will come up effortlessly.
Read the script, goddammit.
Just
Hino,
comes-
please, I got away.
It's pretty much talent.
With regards to all aspects of shaping the personality of this work,
Great, now it got me imagining Hino as a secret murderer. Thanks, Tio.
it helps us think through a lot of stuff in Ni No Kuni. In addition to that, the director, Mr. Momose, who was primarily working on the animation, was involved in very detailed aspects of the staging.
By staging, they probably mean the
In
acting
some
on the scenes.
instances, we made characters that we normally wouldn't create.
Really?
Or should I say, we had the opportunity to.
Ah, there we go.
It was fun to be part of that.
So who's really pointing the gun to
See,
this
Studio
guy's
Ghibli
head?
makes animated films in the fantasy genre. People assume that we created something like this before.
And then Hayao
But it's
Miyazaki.
surprisingly new for us to create characters in that style.
And then Hayao Miyazaki
Really?
just bursts into the room like, "What the hell are you doing to my people?"
Alright, Joker.
Hino?"
For characters, we reduce the amount of lines and try to keep things simple. We struggled a little with the cell shading and outlining, but I think it worked out in the end.
Yeah, you can tell the borders are there, but they're not intrusive.
Ni No Kuni II is a big step. Go ahead, Joe. Dweb, sorry.
We tried hard to minimize the amount of time the user would lose control of the character. Each instance of that may not be very obvious. For example, when you open a treasure box, a message pops up that says you picked up an item.
Yawning for authenticity?
Usually, you have to press a button to close the message and resume play. But for Ni No Kuni, made the character playable even while the message is on screen. A lot of positive feedback from Japanese players who said it was more intuitive that way.
I agree.
And yet, for some reason, most Japanese players didn't get this game. For the backgrounds, we tried to use deep colors and unify them in a way that wouldn't look like a mass of polygons.
What's the director's name again?
Ken Motomura. Our
Okay.
first priority was to make players believe that it's not CG, and let them really feel what they're seeing.
Just a bit more. Can I go to bed?
We wanted each image to be able to stand on its own as still art.
I imagine they sleep in the office.
Yeah. Indeed, I guess.
This was the level of determination I had working on this project.
These fills you
Oh.
with determination.
Go ahead, Dwebs, you can be this guy as well, why not?
Studio Ghibli's beautiful scenery people want to explode. We were careful about balancing the size of each map so that players will discover new areas at the right time, which enables them to enjoy the exploration no matter how long they play.
Also, hi Totoro.
Yeah.
The goal was to keep players immersed while progressing through the game. Hino actually glued my hands to the controller so that I'd be forced to do my job.
Ni No Kuni is an RPG, so the battles are very important. There are creatures all over the field, and battles begin when you encounter them. The battle system is quite unique. You are eventually able to make allies of the creatures you fight. The creatures you befriend are called familiars. You can use familiars in battle against other creatures. Familiars grow more powerful as you nurture them and train them in battles.
The
Yeah.
game's visuals are created in the style of Studio Ghibli's animated films.
True that.
スタジオジブリで作ってるアニメーションの映画のようなテイストで、出来上がってると思うんですね。EV シーンだけじゃなくて、
Not just the movie sequences, but the entire game.
I was wondering when I get to the other line.
You can jump inside an animated film. You can play an animated film.
That's probably the thing that he's most proud of when it comes to like the fact that people can now play a Ghibli film. Sorry.
And
Speaking of its
nowadays,
way,
that's
it's
going
sure
to be
to
considered
enhance
an
your experience.
artifact. For those who don't know, yes, Studio Ghibli is pretty much all but dead.
That's been knowledge for quite some time now.
Yeah.
These perspectives, there are some people who may not know.
Also, wow, Akonichi has made Level 5 out to be like the most draconian place to work ever. Hino pointing his guns at employees, gluing his employees' hands to controllers so
We're talking about
do their job.
We're talking about level 5 here, not Konami. Anyway, let's continue.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Yeah, let's do part 3.
all right,
Ready.
part 3. This will be
I
all.
am ready on part 3.
This will be all Jova, since Joe Hisaishi is the only one present in this video.
So, a great game is a great game, but what's a great game without one of the most important things to keep you indulged in a great game? Without its music.
Leighton Brothers?
Only on the iOS, dude. Only on the iOS, apparently.
And only in Europe, apparently?
Whatever. Moving on.
Wow.
Blame Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, curious question. How is Lane Brothers without its music?
Awkward.
Moving on.
I'll come to part 3. The music of Joe Hisaishi.
I first heard about the project from Studio Ghibli.
He looks like the most awake person
We're
in
going
these
to be
interviews.
involved on the hot side. Well, music does that for you. And they wanted me to join them. I then met with Mr. Hino and I realized how much passion he had for this project. And I knew that only something good would come out of this circumstance. That's why I became a part of this.
By the way, did you know my daughter was did the choirish bits in Harry Potter Deathly Hallows?
I was able to
Alright.
compose without much difficulty.
Yeah, take a listen to
Yep.
this.
Here we go. Any minute now, I think.
I'll turn it up.
Felt it was going to be a very exciting project. So I decided to get involved. They wanted to create a proper work of fantasy. Music everyone can enjoy. Music was meant to have a certain elegance based on the traditional folk music of Ireland, amongst others.
Yeah, Ding Dong Dell is the one that really brings out that vibe to me.
Something nostalgic, but still connected to the future. I wanted to create.
Are they going to show the orchestra performing the music in this video?
Central theme song came about quite easily, so it was easier to build up the rest. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's really tough, but this time I was able to create the general atmosphere early on. I first wrote 21 songs all in 7 days.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
dude.
He wrote,
Yeah.
Only
he
one.
wrote, he wrote the whole original DS soundtrack in just a week.
I made all of them as piano sketches. The rhythm was more complex than I'd expected.
Still, man, 7 days.
Yep. This is usually a good sign.
Well, actually, that's the thing. Sometimes,
You know what he
schools
means,
being
Dwebs. Hold on, Dwebs. Before I know what you're gonna say. What he means is that it was a good sign in the sense that he was feeling quite inspired when he did this particular one.
But once I'm focused, I get it all done in one go. I was very lucky this time around. There seemed to be a certain compatibility between my music
Yes, don't worry, it's
and
not
the
going to be like Air
world that
Force
Mr.
One.
Hino was trying to create. What I thought would improve the feel of the world, and what the game creators were thinking were in perfect unison. Didn't have to discuss the details. We both created and it came together naturally. This was extremely satisfying work.
Also the zoom in.
Dramatic.
Notice my directing.
But disappointed in actually get to see the orchestra actually performing the tracks. I mean, like
Yeah.
little snippets.
Personally, I'm very happy. I hope one day we can do a concert based on this.
Yeah, that's another thing. Well, to answer Dwebs' question, well, if you buy the official soundtrack, you can see a book in the booklet. There's pictures of the orchestra performing it. So there's that.
Yeah, but I want to see video.
I know.
It is fun to actually watch them do it in action.
Yeah, I agree with that. But another thing, by the way, like he just said at the end, like I hope one day we can do a concert based on this. They never actually went around to making that concert, but I can imagine now. One day Hino calls Joe Hisaishi. Hey Joe, guess what? Huh? We're finally making that concert that I'm going to do. No, even better. We're making a sequel. Come and make the music for us.
And then we can
that
do a
could
concert
work.
based on both.
Yeah.
That could work. I mean, Ace
say,
Attorney only got its concert and orchestra after the first 3 Ace Attorney games were made.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think maybe you should wait till like more than one game's out before you do concerts.
Yeah, I think that is a good point. Anyway, yeah, that was the behind the scenes stuff for Ni No Kuni. I hope you enjoyed this. So that's about it. We're done. And tune in for when we eventually finally get to Revenant Kingdom. See you then.
Yeah.
That'd
See
be
ya.
fun.